Yo, you already know what time it is. Welcome back to another episode of Thinker versus Speaker, where I, Marissa the Thinker, sit down with different guests and we talk about all things, anything, everything, life, love, relationships, spirituality, literally whatever we want to talk about. So if you're into that kind of thing, strap up, tune in, and get ready to listen. Now, because we talk about any and everything, sometimes we might cover some sensitive topics. So if you easily triggered, I don't know what triggers people. So if we get into something that you don't want to hear about, hopefully we don't. But if we do, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. And hopefully you come back next week when we're talking about something different and you could join the conversation again. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and hop into it. We got one of the emerging business leaders themselves back today. We got Trey L. Scott back in the building of A&O Movers, Emerging Business Leaders Expo. Come on, help me out. What else we got to? Help me finish it up.
Oh, man. Ooh, being cleaners, clean services.
Yeah.
I'm a part of several other organizations, but this is your boy Trey L. Scott. They call me the TikTok preacher, but you can find all social platforms at Trey L. Scott.
All right. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Keeping busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep me busy, man. Yeah. Whew. I mean, between just juggling, several other businesses, sitting on several different boards of nonprofit organizations and just bouncing back and forth across all the state of Missouri. I stay busy.
Yeah.
Believe me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So lately, all over the place. Yeah.
How has that been for you? I know it's a lot to juggle. Like sometimes even I find that it's not easy. It's not easy. Like a lot of these businesses, like one business is time consuming, right?
Yeah.
But to have
Right.
multiple now,
Right.
what is that like? What is that like? How do you even balance all of these things?
Oh my God! Like before we got started, like I was telling you earlier, man, it takes a village. Like it literally does. Like for me, I had to go in realizing that I can't do everything on my own, and I'm the type of person where I if it's going to get done, it's going to get done my way because I know if I do it my way, it's going to get done right. But then I had to humble myself and take a seat and take a step back and then put myself on the back burner and understand that it's not about me. It's about the overall mission, the overall goal. What do I want to see coming out of my, half of the companies that I'm working with, half the organizations that I'm working with. And it's about the people that we're helping. And so I had to realize that I had literally had to eat a slice of humble pie and just take a back seat to a lot of this stuff. So that means sometimes it requires that I don't be the leader, that I need a leader knows when to lead and when not to lead. Sometimes, it takes me understanding that I have to listen. I have to listen to my crew. I have to listen to my staff. I have to listen to the people that I'm working with constantly and daily because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
Some things my pastor always used to tell me, man, you have to remain teachable. At that point, when you think you know it all, is when you begin to fail. So lately, I've just been realizing that I can't do it on my own. I can't. It takes a village. And that everything that I'm putting my hand on, and everything that I'm involving myself with, it's just not for me. That everything that God has called me to in this season, everything that's attached to my name is going to get blessed. Everything that's a part of me, everyone that's a part of me, everybody that's tied to me will be blessed. So I have to realize that and just say, Lord, what are you doing? You want me to start another company? You want me to do this? You want me to do that? And he's like, man, but what about the people that, that come on with me? Like my girlfriend, Derek, she's, right along with me, man. That's my right hand. And, my brother and, a lot of people that are working with me, my crew. And then I tell him all the time, it's like, man, whatever the vision is for me, he's setting it just not for me, but he's setting it for us.
Yeah.
So a lot of just, realizing that I have to step to the side and I have to be humble and I have to remain teachable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very real. That's so real. I think as you were talking, something that stuck out in my mind, it's almost like one of the traits of a good leader is being able to always see the bigger picture and being able to put yourself out and still see the bigger picture of everything because, the ego will be like, I got to touch it all. It got to be my way and whatever. But in reality, a good leader is going to be able to say, let me step back and let you have it. I remember back when I was a retail manager, one of the things that made me strong. People don't understand, like they be like, you young and you keep moving up. Why? And it's just because I give people the room to be successful. I've always hated micromanagers. I've always
Oof.
hated a micromanager. And
Mm.
it's because a micromanager doesn't give you the opportunity to do what you do well.
Or let
Does
them grow.
Yeah, or let them grow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not here to put my hand in every bucket. One of my best managers ever, he was just like, do your job and let everybody else do their job.
Yeah.
So you teach people how to do their jobs so you can do your job and I can do my job. And that's how we work. And he
Mm.
said things start falling apart when everybody starts trying to do everybody's
Man,
job.
man. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He told you were the driver, but then you over there trying to give directions on where to get to. You ain't even working the GPS. You know what I mean? So you
yeah,
need to sit in the driver's seat and then play and stay in your lane. Yeah, man, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it happens all the time with organizations, man. Sometimes, they tell us to what we do, we cross train, which is perfectly fine, but a skill and certain talent that you may have, I don't. And so that's the whole purpose of this, or of the company that we're starting with emerging business leaders, is that we're combining these different businesses and community leaders and organizations, and we're combining them to give them all their assets and skills that they have to bring together these emerging business leaders, of course, and to serve a greater purpose, or serve a great goal. So we have Rashid, who's a graphic design. I can't do graphic design,
right.
nor can I. Rashid, if you have not noticed, and I post this all the time, he makes every shirt, business card, logo, and slogan for our companies. For my emerging business leader, for A&O Movers, for B&K Cleaners, he made all those. I
Yeah,
don't do. I tell him my vision. I say, hey, man, look, this is what I see. This is how I see it. This is where I envision it going. And I'm the creativity, the artistic, artistic, just imagine that he hears me and he brings it from spirit, just the spiritual realm into reality. And it's crazy to me how this brother can work, man. He's like, I'm on it. I got you. You need how
yeah,
many shirts? I got you. And I'm on it. And and he works with me. And then we got another brother, Donald. Donald was on to the podcast a couple episodes back,
yeah,
and background and in photography, and how he talked about he went to photography. And I was like, brother, I got this big project that we're working on, and I want to bring you on. And just to have these people, because everyone has something they're bringing to the table, and if you're bringing it to the table, and we're sitting at the table, everybody's going to eat, and that's the
yeah,
whole. Yeah, that
yeah,
is the purpose of it, man. Yeah, just don't, too many, what they say, too many chiefs, not enough, not enough
yeah,
Indians.
yeah.
But yeah,
When we could all be working together, that's something funny. It came up when I was talking to Rachel, and it was just like you introduced me to Rachel, and it's just like Rachel can introduce me to somebody else, and then it goes
yeah,
on and on and on and on. And that's the type of energy that we need, to be successful in our community. And that's what I love so much. I remember on the first episode that we did, we talked about crabs in a barrel.
yeah.
And it's just like I don't see no crabs in no barrels right now. I
Yeah.
don't I don't see not a crab in a barrel. It's just
But
like everybody is on the same page. It's just like we get it now. And it's
I
just
tell you,
like mhm,
I, so I evaluate everybody I bring to your podcast. I'm not gonna bring you anybody I don't think that's worth coming on. I'm not gonna bring anybody that I don't think that's worth your time. You know, um, Sometimes we'll get a lot of times where we get people that just are chasing clout. To be honest, and you'll
yeah,
get a lot of that are out here claiming they doing the work and they out here doing the footwork for it and putting down boots on the ground and just really chasing fame and clout. But I would say this: everyone that's came on thus since then, man, these are go getters. These are leaders in their own right. These are
mhm,
community. They're doing the work in their communities, and they are actually doing the work as entrepreneurs. You can see the work that they're doing, and it emulates, it oozes out on them when they talk, when they speak. You hear it in their voice, you hear the passion behind it. So anybody I bring to the table with you, you better believe they 100 for
yeah. I,
everybody.
I can stamp that. I can definitely stamp that.
You
Uh,
wait,
uh,
and you hear her. Yeah, you
who
wait till
you
you
say?
talk to Precious.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, I
yeah.
talked to her this morning. I
Oh,
talked to
great,
her this morning. It's just like all
great.
these people. I was just like, nah, we friends. We ain't this ain't this. You my friend now. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. So let's talk more about the expo. So like, what's the project? What's the progress on the expo? What are we looking like since the last time that
Right.
we?
Great, great. I'm glad to hear this. I'm glad you actually allowing us to use your platform to come on and to actually give a little bit of promotion and spotlight the expo a little bit more. So we last I talked to you, we were talking about we were creating this organization for a non-for-profit, and we were creating emerging business leader. Well, emerging business leader are hosting a expo for and the idea was that in the past when we were growing up, we used to have the Black Expo every summer, every fall. They would have bands come out, and every band from the city would be in the parade, and then you would have like the battle of the bands, and then football team, and we'll
Yeah.
be at the Jones Dome, and we'll have all like the small businesses out there, and then the vendors. I got my first cell phone at the Black Expo. My first cell phone number was from the Black Expo, man.
Wow.
We were part of Man on Business and GOV, and they would step every annually at the Black Expo. You had different other step teams and mentorships, and all this stuff was available, and it was free to the public. It was free to people, and it was free to people that that look like me, that look like you, and it was free where we can get out and we can get information that was needed to our communities,
Mhm.
benefit information that was not at the time, we couldn't find it anywhere else. So we haven't seen it in a while in North County or in St. Louis, and we thought, hey, let's do our own. We have a lot of people that are in the same chair as us, entrepreneurs, community leaders that are out here doing the work, and they're having a tough time getting promotion or getting their name out there in the street, and they really want to help, need the help. So when we first started our company, it was hard. You know, nobody knew who we were. I had the experience, 10 years of the experience. So I had the experience, but I didn't have the reputation in St. Louis. So we have to build that rapport with our customers and build that rapport with the people around here and do the network like we're doing now, networking. So this whole expo is about networking, collaborating, supporting each other, being there and not being crabs in a barrel and actually giving back to our community. So November 4th, like I said, November 4th, North County, St. Louis, East St. Louis, Belleville, Fairview Heights, St. Charles, Missouri. If you're in Missouri, Illinois, you need to come on out. We got people flying in from New York and Texas. Our guest
Really?
speakers are New York and Texas. Yes, yes, they'll tell you further on down the road. We got guest speakers flying in. We got a multimillionaire. He's coming in. He's going to be one of our keynote speakers. Andrea Hendricks from Jefferson City. She's coming in. She's going to be one of our keynote speakers. She specializes in finances and actually funding small businesses. We got a list of other like performers, African dance performers, step teams, poets. Rachel will be performing at the
You
expo.
told me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she'll be on the podcast later on in a month or so or a week or so. She'll be performing. So we got artists, poets, you name it, man. We're representing for the culture. We're representing for the hometown, the home team. Over 30 vendors. We're looking and we're hoping, if you haven't signed up yet, over 30 vendors from around the metropolitan area will be at this expo. Now, our goal is to just expose them as small business leaders, and we want to make sure get the word out. If you're selling boutiques, you're selling chains and bottles and trinkets and stuff like that, we want them there. We do also have a package deal where we're doing right now. So for the first 6 vendors that signed up, and I think you've seen this,
Oh
we're
yeah.
all we're offering a free headshot, which is hard to come by. Free headshot. Not only a free headshot, we're offering a free flyer. So you'll get your custom made flyer designed by our own very graphic designer, which is going to be featured on your own free billboard that we'll offer to you as well. So not only you're getting a free headshot, a free flyer, graphic made from our graphic design team, then you're getting your own free billboard. What more can you ask for? So not
Yeah.
only, we had one of the vendors ask us, so what is it in for me? Now, what's in it for me? And I'm like, well, besides the exposure and the network, yeah, right, 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 right. So we were like, we want to blow this thing out. We want to offer things that are going to be beneficial to the people that are coming. So not only to the public, but to the vendors. We'll have lunch for the vendors. The vendors can sit in on some of these classes and these workshops. We'll have workshops for the vendors for small business owners. If you want to start your business, if you need help funding your business, we have workshops for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're literally around the clock working up until November 4th, trying to, blow this thing out, man. We're excited. We're excited for the people that are coming. We're excited for the people that already signed up. We already had our first vendor signed up, and she's coming down to get her headshot, her billboard taken care of. Actually, one of my students. One of my students, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, I started another company. I have a business consulting firm. Sorry, I had a business consulting firm that we're doing currently right now. And I had another student of mine that I've been working with for over like about 2 months or so. She works as a mobile spa. So she travels and she does mobile spa. And she just recently came down to do some training in St. Louis. I hooked up with a couple of my connects. Next thing you know, she got the ball rolling. She got the funding for a company. Now she's looking to buy a camper out in Kansas City that's going to be retrofitted for a mobile spa, because the person that previously wanted to do it for a mobile spa as well. So now she's looking to buy a camper. She's already hooked up with Rashid. He's going to make her some shirts. She got some hookups through me again on getting some trinkets and some other merchandise purchased and made as well. Donald's going to get her hooked up on a headshot. We got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
All we need is the community, the people. So spread the word. Tell your mom, your cousin, and your uncle too. We all need you to show up November 4th to the Emerging Business Leader Expo.
Okay. So I got 2 questions for you. First question. Yeah. All right. I want to be a vendor. What is it that I'm looking at? You know what I'm saying? What is it that I want to expect? Say if I want to be a vendor, but I'm apprehensive because I don't know what the process is. What should I expect?
So if you want to be a vendor, you can just easily reach out to us. You can email us if you want to. You can email us at emerging_leaders@outlook.com, or you can call 314-625-0927, and we can go ahead and get you signed up over that. There's just a simple registration fee of $75. Now that registration fee covers your booth, your table, and your lunch for that day. But it also covers booth, table, lunch, and then you're also getting into all the workshops that are going to be available for that day. The workshops are going to, be from, and these are, we're bringing in Adrienne Hendricks. She has over probably $6.5 million to allocate to small business owners right now, sitting into the account that she's working with for she's an underwriter for JP Morgan. And she's getting so many business owners signed up. She's looking for minority women in business. She's looking for minorities in business. And so we're giving you access to this, the public, the networking, of course, the other keynote speakers, all this resource is coming to you, and all you at the price of $75 just to get the network, the resource, the funding, and to get, the time to come spend with us. That's all you need. $75 to sign up. And then we'll get your information, get you taken down. Like I said, the first 6 vendors that signed up, currently we already got like 3 or 4. So I think we got like 2 spots though. I might open another couple spots. So the first 6 or so vendors will go ahead and get you set up with your own personal flyer, personal headshot, and billboard. Now we are offering this to all the vendors. So the couple of vendors that are going to sign up, we're offering a free personal headshot along with a personal flyer that's going to be displayed in our actual digital magazine. We're actually going to have a digital magazine going out here in a couple months as well.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations to that.
Yeah, so we're excited, man. We're just, like I said, with my team, our crew, man, we're really working around the clock to try to go ahead and get this ready. And then, so you heard it here first. You ain't heard it from anybody else. So they are probably going to bust my head about this. So Emerging Business Leader, we're sitting down. We're coming to our next meeting. I would love to have you in it. We can video in it. I would love to have you in that room. Rachel's supposed to be in there, but she flaked on me. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool. We're looking for more people that are willing to help. But after the expo, we're planning to have a black tie gala.
Oh. So
with the blacks, yeah. We're not stopping with the expo there. probably about 6 or so months from the Expo, we're looking to go ahead and just start get the ball rolling on our Black Tie Gala. And our Black Tie Gala will be featuring some of the companies from the Expo and any of the so we're looking for artists, poets, painters, anything of the sort like that for our galas. So we can have a silent auction. We're going to award business leaders of the year, companies of the year, Black minority companies of the year. We're handing out scholarships. We're looking to go ahead and just give back to the community. So yeah, we're going to blow this thing out. But you'll hear further on about that further on down the road. Though. I ain't
Okay.
gonna get too much of it though. Yeah, but we got some things planned.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of that. And like I said, just loop me in. I'm here for it. Yeah, because I'm going to be there for the expo for sure. So that opens up because I mean I want to be a vendor. Now that I know it's only $75, I'm gonna be a vendor. So
It was interviews at the expo, so that's what we had expected.
I am. That's my plan.
Oh, okay.
That's my plan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we had you down. Yeah.
I am. Yeah, no, that's my plan. Like I want to be able to tap in with everybody. Think of us is going to tap in with all of the business owners. If you want to get your face out there, get your company out there, this is what we're for. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't change. So absolutely. Like absolutely.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like, and this is also open to the public. So say if I'm interested in starting a business, but I haven't started my process there, what's there for those people?
So we do have a workshop. Dr. Precious, I think, is going to host another workshop for that. We do have a sign up sheet for anybody that's looking to get with me on business consulting firm. Sorry, I'm having a tongue twist today. Business consulting firm. I'm actually and to be honest with you, you can sign up today with me. Like I said, I give Mitch my number. You can get my tags from the video today. I only charge $20 an hour, and you ain't getting that nowhere. That's awfully quite cheap. $20 an hour. I can tell you how to go online, set you up with your LLC through your state, and how to actually break it down and help you write your business plan, get your target market lined up, and actually get your budget set up. All for $20. $20. Most people, that are having you set up your, business and charging $130 or $300 some dollars. When I first started out, I could charge $300 just to do a register agent, and didn't know nothing about it. And that register agent went through and helped me register my company with the state. Didn't know that I can do all this by myself. And that, $200. And all I'm doing is $20 to go ahead and get you signed up and tell you how to, get you with the right connects and do all that stuff like that. So we are offering that. We're offering workshops for anybody that's walking in and looking to start their own company and their own business. And we're offering jobs. So a lot of these other companies that are coming in are going to be offering jobs. So this is a business and health expo. So we'll have certain community leaders that are coming in. We have certain counselors that are coming in that are working with, youth. Dr. Precious works with youth. We got a lot of other counselors going to be coming in. You can do test screenings on hearing and sight, things of the sort like that. Just regular things. Yeah, so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How did the health and mental health aspect get incorporated in there? Was that always a part of the vision, or was that something that came later?
That's something that came later. One of the members actually brought it up. They were like, one of the main things that impact our community as minorities and Blacks is that we don't like to go to the doctor. We don't like to get checkups. If I sleep on it, I'll be fine in the morning. Give me a Advil, I'll be good in the morning. Some Titan, I'll be good in the morning. We don't like to go to the doctors, and it's an issue. So when we're bringing resources to the community, one of the main things that we need to be talking about is not only just education, but it's always going to be the factor of health. And you're talking about, physical health and mental health, which is another thing is, Black men don't like to talk about therapy and talk through their problems. We talked about that a while back. We want to do a podcast about that. And that came right from the actual podcast last week, we did, talking about how Black men don't want to talk through some of these problems and they need counseling, and counseling is healthy. And we're not trying to raise unhealthy, Black men. So, we want to actually, offer these resources. So there's a lot of resources that in the community that people don't know about that are actually quite free.
Yeah.
That is free. Health screenings that are free. And people are like, forget it. I'll sleep on it, or, sweeping on the rug. You know how people do. You know how our people do. Something happened in the, keep it in the family, keep it behind closed doors. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we want to work those things out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. I said it in a last episode that just came out actually, where it was just like when I remember when I broke my ankle, I walked it off.
Right.
I genuinely walked it off. I walked it off and was
Oh, no.
excruciating. Like it was excruciating
Oh,
pain, and I'm at home and I'm just like, bruh, it ain't laying right. It ain't doing what it's supposed to do, and I'm just like, it's just sprained. This is a really bad sprain, but it's just sprained, and it's just like the next day, it's just like,
throw
man, you know, this is not sprained. This is not sprained.
throw
You
some
need
dirt
an
on.
X-ray.
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy about it is that, and we're talking about this is because I went on a job a few weeks back, probably like week before last. Actually, the day we were supposed to record. And half the reason why I went to that, at the funeral and all that, I just threw my back out on the job.
Uh,
And man, look, people don't tell you, and I'm telling you here this first. When you hit 30, it's downhill. It is. You do not bounce back like you used to.
yeah,
No, I will go out, play ball. I mean, I will walk home from practice. We'll be at school all man. Look, 30, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30. I gotta be up early. I gotta go to work in the morning. Look, you trip, skin, scab, your knee, or whatever, it ain't healing as quickly as it used to, man. Your
oh,
knee, you get up in the morning, you be cracking your back. Yeah, I bent over to pick something up and I bent over the wrong way. I was supposed to lift my knee, didn't forget it. I was out for almost like 3 or 4 days.
yeah,
I had to have rub the icy hot on my back, babe. Just out here crying. I'm like, Lord, just take me down. But yeah, man, you gotta health is such it's such a issue in our community, man. Not only just mental health, period, man. I don't know if you heard about the shootings back at home about these young boys that are down here in downtown St. Louis, and it's serious. So we want to be able to provide a positive reinforcement for the community,
yeah.
something that's a reason to say, hey, I want to get up and I want to do something with my life. I want to do something other than just be stuck in St. Louis forever. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so much that goes into it too. I'm starting to understand there's a link between your physical health and your mental health.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Yeah.
lessons that I'm learning in
And
my own life because, like you said, when you get older, things don't work the same the way they used to. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? I'm down here in Texas. I eat all this spicy food. I'm feeling my body. I say, is this what heartburn feels like? Is this
street tacos.
yeah, this is heartburn. But no,
Yeah.
seriously, like, and even when I go through my own fluxes with my own mental health, a lot of it is linked to like what I'm eating, what my
Mm-hmm.
days look like, what my
Mm-hmm.
routines are, you know. And I'll be honest, like my parents tried to instill these things in me, right? Where it's just like, for instance, I grew up sleeping in all the time. And it's just my parents
Man.
be like, your days will be easier if you woke up earlier and actually prepared for what you had in your day. And I'd be like, man, I'm gonna wake up when it's time for me to do what it is that I need to do and not a minute before. And like now that I'm older, it's just like actually no, for my literal health, I do need to start the day with exercising. Not for the fact that I want to lose weight, but literally to wake my body up
Yeah.
and to get that blood flowing and to keep a promise to myself for the sake of my mental health. Like it's stuff like that. And it's just like the foods that we eat. Like if I'm not eating fruits, if I'm not drinking enough water, I'm gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
And
What age was it when you realized that you had to do that?
this one, 29, 29.
Everybody. So I'm telling you, 30 downhill. 30. Look, when I hit 30, I was diagnosed with diabetes.
Mm,
I realized diabetes. So then I had to change my eating habits. Had to change how I was, and I'm still struggling with that. I mean, certain things I like. I love ice cream, but I'm lactose intolerant. And I'm a diabetic. So
yeah.
it's a double hitter for me. You know what I mean? So it's a double hitter. But I had to realize that, and then they'll tell you that, my doctor tells me all the time, diabetes can affect your mood swings. It can affect your emotions. It can affect, how, some days you can be sluggish,
Yep.
and then be sluggish and you be so angry with the world, or you ain't ate, and you got to take a snack 3 times. I'm like, Lord, I gotta eat 3 times a day. I can't eat just one, 3 times a day. Small snacks, small proportions. But when I was on this health kick, man, I'm trying to still do it. I'm trying to get back to it. It takes discipline, but at the same time, it affects you mentally, physically.
Yeah.
Um, you can't get through your day half the times because you're so drained and you're sluggish. And when you get home at the end of the day, and for me, it was like when I started working and I realized that I was in the workforce and I wasn't like in my 20s anymore, so I couldn't just go all day without eating. I had to start taking lunches to work, and
Yeah.
I was wondering how my dad and stepdad would get up in the morning. Man, he would cook him some eggs. Man, he'd have his lunch bag to go to work, and then he get home, he got to have dinner. I'm like, this man eats 3 square meals a day, and he has to have it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I realized, like, yeah, you need that.
You
Yeah,
do.
10 minutes before lunch, you mad at the world. Don't nobody come talk to me. So you're not you hungry. You don't
Yeah.
need to. Yeah, but mental health is definitely tied to how we what we eat, what we take into our bodies, and so we have to watch that. So yeah,
Do you think
definitely.
do you think there's a link there between like, the health ailments and the things that we not experience like in our health and mental health? Do you think that's linked to the way that we live our day-to-day lives? And what I mean by that is like the habits that we have, like the ways that we eat, right?
Oh,
So like
oh,
where we say
oh,
like we eating ice cream, it's just like, like
yeah,
I'm eating ice cream, but like really I'm eating my feelings.
yeah.
But
But
I don't realize I'm eating my feelings.
some of that is tied into generational curses.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
some of that, come on, let's really talk about it. Some of that we were taught.
Hmm.
Some of that instilled into us. So every black movie you've seen that is associated with black culture, if somebody dies in the family, have an accident, something major happen, what happens? We cooking and we eating.
Soul food is the perfect example.
We, Big Mama done died from diabetes and got her leg cut off, right? And
Yeah.
then in the movie, they cooking the same recipes that killed Big Mama.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come
Yeah.
on, right? So yeah, man, a lot of that, I had to realize that, some of the stuff that I was just taught, like, man, they would make my plate as a hungry meal plate. I'm like, hungry man plate. I'm like, dude, the proportions that we serve, the main, the mentality or the mindset that, hey, we ain't wasting no food. We ain't throwing no food away. I'll make you go in that trash and eat it if you throw it away.
Yeah.
You ain't move from that table until you finish all your food, and
Yeah.
you stuffing. His childhood obesity is real, man.
Mm.
It is real. It is real, and some of that comes, back into slavery. A lot of stuff that we couldn't get as slaves, and we were getting the scraps. So we got the chitlins and the other parts of the pig, and the snoop and all that, because the master didn't want to eat that, so he
Right.
gave it to the slaves. Ate it as scrap. Now it's the delicacy, over here, but yeah, some of that stuff is passed on through generations, and it's tied to a lot of baggage, man. A lot of that, people, force eat. A lot of people, eat for depression. A lot of people, you ever seen my 600-pound life? A lot of people ask about how I got like this. Something tragic happened, and they like to lead to that. So, one minute you were upbeat, living, working. Next thing you know, you sitting there having them turn you over to the forklift. Things happen like that. Only reason being is because depression is real, which leads back to mental health is a serious issue in our community and our culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing that I made a post the other day and it says a closed mind blocks a lot of blessings.
Ooh,
And you know what I'm saying? I gotta say it this way. And the only reason why I'm saying it this way is because I know the audience will get it. It's just like the phrase white people shit. I hate that.
yeah.
I hate that phrase.
Yeah. So
I hate
hold on? So are you talking about the submarine? Because
no,
that's
no.
you say. It's crazy you say that because I said that earlier today, and one of my white employees, like, he looked at me, he was like, "It was some other minorities on there too," and I was like, "You know what? You're right.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just like I
You're
hate
right."
that phrase because it's just like when you think about certain things, right? It's just like therapy, white people shit. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Yo, white people shit. No, it's not. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? eating
Yeah,
healthy, going for walks. Oh, that's white people. No, it's not. It's
yeah,
healthy. Some of these
yeah.
things are healthy. And,
So
and it,
I don't want the audience to take this the wrong way. I feel like this is a comfortable. It's a safe space. It's a safe space.
yeah,
Um, when you say that, what rings and dawns on me and registered with me is blacks are racist too, and that's all you're saying. That is all you're saying. Like, we say some things and that are out of sort, and I get this all the time, man. Who are we to judge and point the finger?
mhm,
We turn around and then we're hypocrites sometimes. You know what I mean?
yep,
And so when they mention white people, it's basically us being racist, and we're so judgmental. I
yeah,
think we're very. I mean, granted, I'm not taking away from anything that happened in the 100 years that we've been oppressed,
absolutely.
but some of that is we got to step back and just realize we're part of the problem too.
Bigger
You
picture.
know,
It's
we're
seeing the
part of
bigger
the problem,
picture.
man. We are part of the problem too, man. I mean, not only against whites, but we're racist against each other.
Absolutely.
We're racist against other cultures.
If you
We're
gonna
racist,
call it all around. That's it.
man,
If you're gonna
man,
call it all around. Don't just
man.
do it when it's in benefit to you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't call it out when it's
that's
like, oh, you oppressing me. It's just like,
that,
okay, well, who are you oppressing with this thought process?
yeah.
That's
That's
what I'm
that's a
saying.
that's
A
a
call.
podcast. And I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but it
Nah,
is.
yeah, that's what I said. It's just like that's why I had to start. It's just like I just don't like the phrase because even with a lot of things, I like to take race out of it because I feel like we get stuck in the weeds because really a lot of our problems are people problems that
Yeah.
can relate to anybody. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? There are plenty of white people, Hispanic people, or whatever that don't come from money. That also, you know what I'm saying, experience their own trials or whatever. These are people problems. And then when we act like it's only us that experience these things, that's how we end up having these small pet
And
arguments instead of making that forward progress that we have,
you know,
right?
what kills me? They try to play the card. They try to play the card every time. So you'll get somebody, you ever been in line and you're in line at the cash register and you're waiting to get in line. And the lady up there trying to return something she done bought at Dollar Tree, saying this chair broke on me. And I'm like, lady, why would you buy a chair from Dollar Tree? I
Yeah,
need my money, all my money back. And she going off on this lady. And I'm like, lady, come on now. And they always play that card like, I can't believe they doing this to me. They just so racist. And I'm like, no, come on now. It's common sense.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they be trying to misplay racism a lot, man.
Man,
Like,
it
nobody nothing to you. Ain't nobody hurting you. Quit trying to play the victim half the time, all
it
right?
was somebody. I remember it was somebody. It was back when I worked in my retail days, and it was a man that brought a pit bull in the store.
God.
Now, like I love pit bulls. They in my job. I pet them. They cool. I don't have no problems with pit bulls. But you know the perception that comes with the pit bull. Of course, black people don't really
Like,
they be scared of dogs sometimes. Like,
like
let's be honest
oh,
now.
I don't fool with dogs at all.
Exactly.
No.
Like it just is what it is. Now it's a man. It's a black man. He came in with this pit bull, and our manager is a white lady. She's a white lady, and she's just like, "Sir, you can't have this dog in here." And they want to be like, "Oh, that's racist. That's racist." The white ladies come in with their
Oh,
poodles and stuff all the time, and it's just like, that's not racist. That wasn't racist. She wasn't doing that because you black. Granted, she might have discriminated against your pit bull.
right. People ought to be upset. The people are like, come on, bro.
I'm cool.
People
Like
are the bone.
I ain't been nobody a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it
Like,
wasn't
come on, bro.
because of that. It wasn't because of that. But it's just like it's the easy call out. It's the easy
Yeah,
call out. It's just like,
yeah,
oh, it's because of my color. It's like, no, I don't have nothing to do with your color
yeah,
whatsoever. Like, come on now. We ain't
yeah.
crazy. That's with a lot of these arguments in this. And
They love to
again,
play
this
the
is why I
card.
love doing. Hmm?
They love to play the victim, and then half the time they the problem. Come
Yeah,
on, come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You play the victim, but you the problem. Come on now. Always looking for a discount, boy. I get that so much.
Yeah.
It is hindering to the black entrepreneur. Black discounts. Black owned does not mean black discounts. I swear to you, I get that. I just got it this probably before this call, probably before we got on this podcast, and young brother was a college student, and he said he needed some help getting his belongings from point A to point B. I told him what it was. He was like, "Oh, get that! I can't do that. Why are you?" So I hear it all the time when I make these posts, and people are like, "Well, black owned doesn't also mean that you raise your prices and charge more than anybody else, but you pay for Louis Vuitton, you pay for Michael Kors, you go and pay a $3,000 for a bag, $5,000 for. You won't support your own people. Come on, man, because it has a name on it and his name, but you won't support. Keisha down there on the corner selling home bags, and she manufactured and made herself, and now she out here just trying to make $1 to feed her and her family, but she's trying to create generational wealth. She ain't trying to just work for the other man, but she wants to create her own wealth. But you won't support her. But you'll definitely go support Louis Vuitton and Gucci, and you rocking all this other stuff because you chasing clout. All the rappers got it, everybody that's known got it.
But they not giving you a discount. They not giving you a discount. They not having a sale.
How can you not sit here and then you be pro-black, but then you can't support your community? You can't hold up your community. You rather go buy elsewhere rather than buy home. And so that's the whole purpose of the expo. This is our goal, man, is to bring it back to the home team, the hometown. We are St. Louis bred, known, and native, and we want to bring all this resources we took from our journeys, from leaving home to going off to college and coming back here, and then just developing ourselves as professionals and bring this back to the home people that need it. And we feeding our community. Everybody's on eat. Everybody coming to the table.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, and that's an amazing concept. I think something that we don't always realize is, well, I don't know if this is true or not. This is just my integrity system, so I'm not gonna put it on everybody. But it's one of those things where I believe that some things have to be bigger than money, and the money will always come. Like, money will always come. If you got a faith system, you already know you're gonna get provided for. Now, I don't mean go out and do nothing crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It will always be provided for. You know what I'm saying? As I was sitting down and trying to work on a business plan for instance, like everybody is just like, oh, I'm gonna start a podcast. It's just like, y'all know the podcast ain't what makes the money, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The podcast ain't what makes the money. It's just like, that's why.
I thought about it. Now I thought about it and I was wondering how you get profit behind that. But I'm like, yeah.
You gotta have something to sell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta have something to sell, and that's where you get all of these people that's doing these seminars and the this is and the that, and because that's how they make their money. It's not in the, it's not in the streaming itself. You know what I'm saying? That they're pushing something, and even for me, with a concept like this, it's just like if you really want to make an impact in the world, there are other ways to make it happen. There are nonprofits that exist. There are fundings. There are other ways to kind of make things happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it can't always be about the money, because if you put everything on the money, there's no substance. There's no heart there. There's no heart in money. There's no passion in money.
People are always willing to bag up something that has substance, that has a reason to it, that has a purpose. You know what I mean? Especially people with grants. There's a lot of grants that are out there for podcasts. People that are they're looking to get out here in that industry. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like the money will always come. That's that thing with faith and entrepreneurship. It's just like, if God called you to do something, the plan never matches the budget.
Man, I was having this conversation with a student of mine yesterday, and he had the problem where God was calling him. He felt like God was calling him to start his own business, and he was taking advice from everyone else. And everyone else said, "Man, quit your job, but you got 4 or 5 kids, and then start a business." I get it. I don't advise anyone to put yourself in some mess, and I don't think God will lead you into some mess. No. If He ever leads you into something He's calling you to, He'll make sure that if one door closes, that another one's you have resources. God is a God of resource and provision. He never pulls you into no mess and no drama that he ain't saying. So if he's saying, "Oh, go quit your job today and you can start your business today and you ain't got no money to feed your kids," I don't think God's calling you to that.
I don't think that's what God said. I don't think that's what he said.
I don't think that said to you, but I think he said that you can work nights after work, and when you get the kids asleep, start developing your business plan. Start mapping out your target market. Get you really budget of 5 years of how you're going to do that, and then all the money you're spending and you're making from your side money from your main job, you put into your own passion.
Yeah.
And you pour into your passion. I don't think God ain't gonna never call nobody to no mess. Come on.
No.
Never.
It's like you got to understand when you listening to people and when you listening to God, because it's a difference.
Come on.
Now, for real, because do y'all know how many times, like, I've been doing this podcast for 2 years. You know how many times I prayed, and I'm just like, God, come on, bro, why I'm still here?
Yeah.
Why am I still here? But the reason why I'm still here is because I'm not ready for, he's leading me there, right?
Yeah.
He's leading me there, but I have to go through a process first. You know what I'm saying? I have to build the network. I got to do this. I got to do that. We got to get there. You know what I'm saying? I got to learn patience. I got to learn preparation. I got to learn how to be a better leader, be more confident in my networking abilities. It's a process that I got to go through. And that's why I'm sitting at this job. Yeah. So me sitting at this job and doing this and being frustrated, the frustration is the fuel to keep going. And then and then it's giving me the ability to still pay my bills and do this and give this the money to do this and whatever. And it's teaching me patience and how to trust the process, because even when you get that business, there are gonna be times where you have to be patient and see the bigger picture, and that's what it's about. God ain't never gonna call you to nothing crazy. He's never gonna give you nothing that you're not ready for. And that's what I'm saying. If you ain't where you want to be, it's because you ain't ready yet. And it doesn't mean that you never gonna get ready. You in a preparation season. I think my uncle has said this on the show before, but you in a preparation season. You know, it's
you gotta, I love Steve Harvey, man. Look, Steve Harvey said this one time on the show, and he was talking about how when he was younger, he used to walk from school or home, and every day he was asking Mom, like, "Mom, I'm tired of walking from work, and I need a car. I need a car. I need a car." She said, "Well, when you get that old car out of the driveway, then we'll talk." And he walks home every day from school, and he tells his mom, "Mom, I need a car. I need a car." She said, "When you get that old car out of the driveway, we'll talk." And this is all about trusting the process. So he said one day he decided he took the brakes off of it, and he put a battery in it, and he made sure he cleaned the oil spot up, and he got the car out of the driveway. And when he walked home from work the next day, he said that there was a brand new car waiting in the driveway for him. And he said that in that moment, he realized that you've got to make ready for the blessing. That if you're thinking or believing or praying that whatever God is calling you to in this season, may it be your own business, starting your own business, leaving your job, that you have got to make room for what God is calling you to. See, right now, your cup is already full. God can't pour no more into you yet. So you've got to be empty in order for God to pour into you what's new. So people ain't getting that. So how do you become empty? You start pouring into others. And as God is pouring into you, then you're pouring into others in your cup, and it just starts to overflow, and it just spills out into other people. And this is what networking and supporting looks like. So whatever God is putting on the inside of you, everything that He's developed me for, all the training that I went through, all the classes, and just all the just the hardship, and the customers, and the late nights where I had to DoorDash just to make ends meet, just to make sure that I was paying this bill, everything that I've been taught and learned over the years. If I want to move to that next level that God is calling me to in this season, I got to be able to go ahead and pour out into some other people and pour out what He's already given me, so I can make room for what He has in store for me. Man, who you talking to? Like, come on. You got to make ready for you to go somewhere in the season, you got to make room for it. Come on. So trust that process, man. It sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, it's real. It's real talk.
Real. Yeah. It's real, and it applies to all areas of life.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy too.
Yeah.
It's gonna apply to every area of your life. And I think this will go back to Kiara's episode that we did, where it's just like when you learn how to trust the process, these things apply everywhere. So it's gonna apply to your relationship, it's gonna apply to your career, it's gonna apply
Right.
to your personal life, your health, your everything, because you understand it's just a process. I don't have to trip off none of this. Let me
Yeah.
go ahead and get this out the way. Let me go ahead and just take care of what it is that I need to take care of. Let me just trust this process. Let me trust
Yeah.
what it is that I'm being told. If I'm being told to be still, it's for a reason. If I'm being
Yeah.
told to go, it's for a reason. If I'm getting told to jump, I could be scared, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump because it's for a reason.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying, 6 months
So
down the line, a year down the line, later 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you look up and you be like, oh, everything changed, didn't it? That's because you trusted that
yeah.
process.
Yeah. So the next time you're faced with a challenge or conflict, you got to remember, man, like, yeah, oh, God got something in store for me. Oh, God got a blessing on the other side of this. Oh, yeah, I'm struggling now, but wait till you see me next week. Oh, I ain't got no ride. But then you wait till a year from now I'm picking other people up, taking them to work. You might be struggling just temporarily, but when you see what God has on the other side of the hill for you, see the Bible says, "Well, I look to the hills from which come my help." So if you just wait just a little bit longer and hold on just a little bit longer, and you just wait because pain is only temporary, suffering is only temporary, it don't last always. But if you just hold on out and just realize that what you're going through now is only preparing you for your better and your greater. So in the gym and building that muscle. I talked about this earlier on the show a couple episodes ago. He's like building that muscle. You got to have a strength. You got to meet some force, and you got to meet some So I got to meet something, some force, some tension, and all that tension that I'm meeting in my life against all these struggles, these obstacles. Some nights you might not eat. Some nights you might even have a lot of ride to work. Some nights you might feel alone and ain't nobody gonna be talking to you or in your corner or supporting you. Some nights there'll be times where your lights might be cut off and you're drinking from the faucet, and then you're actually boiling your water to go ahead and heat your water because you ain't paid your water bill. But some nights you'll be going through some struggles, some trials, some turmoils. But if you just hold on just a little while longer, keep the faith, trust the process, watch how God flip the script.
Absolutely.
That's it. Watch how He flips the script.
Absolutely. Because it's gonna work out, and it's gonna pay off in a crazy way. And eventually it will make sense.
Yeah.
Even if it don't make sense
Yeah.
today, it's gonna make sense somewhere down the line. That's what I'm saying. Like people keep asking me because I keep talking to all these new people, and they always ask me, "How did this podcast start?" Well, the podcast starts with the broken ankle, and everybody goes, "Ooh," and it's just like, "Nah, that's the best thing that ever happened to me." Like
Yeah.
I can see what you mean. Like I appreciate the empathy, but that was the best thing that ever happened to me. It wasn't at the time.
Right.
It was not at the time, but it was one
Divine.
of yeah, it was that intervention that I
Yeah.
needed in my life to put me down on this path. So sometimes like some of those hardest moments will be the same moments that will transform everything in your life.
Yeah.
It'll be that wake up call that you needed. It'll be whatever. It'll be whatever it is that you need because God knows what you need to push you forward.
Struggle builds character. That's exactly
Absolutely.
what. That's exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like what you said with the working out. You know what I'm saying? People that work out all the time, they say, if you can't feel it, you're not doing it right. If
Right.
if you
Right.
if you can't feel it, you're not doing it right.
Right.
So if it's not hurting, you doing something wrong because it's too easy. You might need to add weight. You might not be doing the workout properly. You might need to
Right.
adjust something. You know what I'm saying? And people who like help, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest, when you work out and that next day when all of those muscles are sore, you can be like, oh, this hurts. Or you could be like, yeah, that's gains. That's
But but
gains.
but peep this, and what I love about that process is that you put your body through this struggle and this pressure. You put it under extreme pressure, and then you're breaking and tearing down the fibers in your arm and in your muscles. And then when they tell you to sleep, get a lot of rest. Because when you rest, those same fibers that you broke down and turned down are now healing. But now they're healing, but then they're doubling up and they're restoring themselves and they're even stronger than what they were. You're building muscle.
Mhm.
So same instance of this process is the same process you're going through right now. God has been tearing you down, putting you through struggle and trials, and he said he's been breaking you apart, only together and rebuild you and to make you even stronger than what you came out. You'll look different. You'll look greater. You'll look better. Man, don't tell me what God can do. Don't tell me what he ain't gonna don't, because I'm a living example of it, man. Everything that I have, everything that I do now, everything that I'm doing right now in the streets, all the companies, all the the experience that I have, I owe it all to God. Nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
true faith walker right there.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, man. But yeah, I owe it all to him.
Yeah,
Wow, man. Yeah, man, I love this show, man. Like I said, I'm here to support you fully because I believe in your platform. I believe in what you're doing. I support what you're doing, and keep going. Don't stop because at the end of the day, I, I'm on it. I'm liking every episode. I'm sharing every episode,
yeah.
commenting every episode, and I'm bringing more people. All my cousins and them. Yeah, you better believe it. Yeah, I support what you're doing here all the
I,
time. I tell you that all the time. I your
yeah,
vision. So yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. And like honestly, like, yeah, you a part of my circle. Like you in my corner, and I appreciate that. Like I seriously do. And just to be able to be surrounded, like to be able to see things from like your box trucks and your billboard, it's just
Oh man,
inspiration.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's inspiration.
Man,
I do want to touch on it now because you making gains now. We ain't talked about that. So we
yeah,
got a couple minutes now.
I ain't said nothing about that. So man, just an update on just on the moving company. Like man, we purchased our first box truck. We got that rolling, and now that's doing delivery, and we're doing freight. So now we're doing deliveries across the state now on top of freight. So that's big. I mean, that's huge. We're delivering from majority companies that are local. Not only that, man, now we're running three trucks. We have over 10 employees, two managers. Yeah, man, we're doing big things. We got billboards, we got advertising coming up. We got scholarships that are coming up. We're offering scholarships for local students. We're hiring and doing on-the-job training, like kind of like Job Corps for high school students. We're trying to set it up where we can get them dual credit. So yeah, we're doing big things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And how's the cleaning company doing?
Clean Company's awesome, man. We're waiting for a project to finish up in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. Once that project's done, it's another multi-story. They're spending about $6 to $7 million on that. That'll be another major job for us. That's going to be over close to about 1,200 units that we'll have to clean. So yeah, we're still partnering with local storage facilities, and we're actually cleaning those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, and you have a storage facility too, don't
too.
you?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
You just jack of all trades right now.
Man. Yeah, like I said, like I owe everything to God, man. Like seriously, everything. It's nothing I've done. I've just been a willing vessel, and just He tells me to go, He tells me to jump. I say hi, Lord, and I go and I do. Order my steps. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's so man, that's so true. That's so true. That's so true. That's so true. Like, and I know people can listen and be like, man, that's just words, but it's so true. There have been times where it's just like when I pray now, it's just like I understand that I'm being used. And it's just
yeah.
like, this ain't me, because it's just like, look, the me that I was running from this. So you know what I'm saying? So
Man, look, I was telling Derica the other day, and I was like, man, I was on my way home from work, and I was talking to another brother, and he was telling me his situation, and he was telling me about, man, I love the work you're doing. I'm following everything you're doing, man. I can't wait to hear more of your word. And as he's talking to me, God had put this vision in my head. So I'm on the highway, I'm 70 driving, and I'm seeing this vision. And he gives me this vision saying, you need to do this. And I'm like, Lord, I don't know if that's what you're calling me to do. Everybody's had that moment, man. If God has ever called you to anything, I ain't never known that one person to go ahead and just jump right on it and say, yeah, Lord, I'm on it. Everybody had a moment of denial. Like, Lord, I don't know if that's for me. Even when I went into ministry, and the guy that called me in the ministry and called me to be a preacher, I don't want to be no preacher eating chicken and preaching the word. Like, no, 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 you ain't call me to that. You ain't call me to your church. And I had a minute where people ran from it, but then I had to realize, like, man, yeah, no, this is me. And I realized, man, like, I just gotta be obedient. It might be hard at first because you wanna follow suit after what everybody else is doing. But God ain't called you to be like everybody else. He called you out of that. So yeah, man, like, it's gonna be hard at first to to follow that call that He has on your life. But as long as you stay obedient and you let the Lord order your steps, keep doing what you're doing on this podcast. Don't give up. Don't give in. Sometimes it might be a struggle because you're trying to balance schedule with work, personal life, and trying to, I gotta edit videos tonight, and I gotta edit your podcast tonight, and I gotta edit. But it's what He's calling you to, because in the instance of that, it's not just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever this platform is not just meant for you. But the blessing that He has on His platform is meant for everybody attached to it. So all your art, all the people that come get to speak, all the people that get to announce their business and what they're doing. I mean, you're all the way in where you're at, man. I'm all the way in Missouri, and people get to hear this across several states.
Yeah, we got people that listen throughout
And
the
get to hear
world, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
So the call that He has on your life, you got to understand, it ain't just meant for you. It ain't just about you. It ain't about you. It's about how God's going to work through you and use you to bless the next person. Man.
Yeah. Just a vessel.
Yeah.
Just a vessel.
Yeah.
I'm just a vessel. I'm just being used, and I love every part about being used. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love every part about being used. I'm a vessel that's humbling. That's just humbling.
Yeah. This is awesome. I tell you all the time, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I try to schedule an episode every week if I could.
Look, just ask for a link and I'll send it over. It ain't no problem. As I say, I try not to bother people too often. That's why I just pop in every once in a while. Like,
no, I'll be looking. Yeah, hold on. Let me look at my calendar.
Yeah.
What you think? Like, oh, okay, I can't do it that day, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We feel like a kid that came off the front.
Yeah.
Like, outside today. I can't play today. Like, yeah, no, man. I'm excited for what's to come, man. I love the new additions to the podcast. I mean, the new adaptation, how you're editing. I see the difference, but I see how the growth is in it and how you're growing from where you were and where you're going now. And a lot of these other shows don't have this. You don't have what you're doing right now, and so I see how God's working through you, man. And I mean, the people you're bringing on now from Miss Missouri, speaking to Miss Missouri, to rappers and artists and other business owners, man. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what God has in store for you.
I appreciate that. I definitely do. I definitely appreciate that, man. It's been a journey, and I'm just glad to have you on the journey with me. And I'm grateful. I'm appreciative, and I'm excited to see where you're going with it, because it looks like you got a lot in store and to come. So
yeah, I don't want to play.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
My girlfriend busts my head. She's saying, "Yeah, you just doing too much." Oh Lord.
Yo,
but God said, like, well, you gonna slow down. Like,
okay. Look, okay, because I'm gonna tell. Well, I got some. I'm gonna tell you something once we get off of here, but it's just like I'm at one of those things. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely get with you. I'm gonna definitely get with you. And like I said, with the expo and everything like that, like I want to make sure that I get tapped in with all of the people for the expo. I want to get the resources for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Be ready with your note. Take notes. Look, I'm telling you, yes, I'm ready. It be something to remember, man. This is gonna be the first one of many.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for the first one, the next one. When we start traveling, I'm manifesting all of that. When we start going to the city, come on now, let's do it. Yeah.
Come down there with you.
Look, okay. Look, we gonna. It starts in St. Louis. The Lord only knows where it's gonna go, and that's the fun part. That's the
Now
fun
look,
part.
now look, I'm gonna write that down.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Look,
Ugh.
I got oh, man. Look, all right, for playing with me.
All
I'm
right
about to take. Hey, we just got a new assignment.
now.
That's me. That's
Yeah,
how. Like, yeah, man. People be just be throwing ideas, man. They just be out there, and that's all I said, man. It's all about collaboration because you can think of something, and I can think of something. You can think of something I've never thought of. So yeah, it's all about
yeah,
the collaboration. At
yeah,
the end, yeah,
for sure, for sure, for sure.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but on that note, I'm not gonna take up too much more of your time. I definitely enjoyed having this conversation today. As always, you already know you're welcome to come back anytime.
Oh,
Um,
all the time.
yeah, anytime. Do you want to let people know where to follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can find your boy at Trey L. Scott on Instagram, Facebook, and you can find me on TikTok. I am known as the TikTok Preacher. You can also find me on Twitter.
All right. All right. And if you're looking for me, you can find me at Marissa Y17 on Instagram, Marissa the Thinker on Facebook and YouTube. And then Thinker versus Speaker is everywhere at Thinker versus Speaker, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So if y'all like this episode, definitely make sure you leave a like, share it, put somebody else onto the show. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that you want to add to it, you want to learn more about the expo, anything, drop it in the comments. Find us on social media. You know what I'm saying? We already said it. Say the date again, November 4th, 11 to 4. See, I done memorized it now.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. November
Yes,
4th.
yes. Emerging business leader
Look, it's not
expo.
my
Don't
business.
miss it.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, 11 to 4.
yes, yes, yes. Super excited for that. But on that note, if you don't have anything else, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Do you have anything else for the people?
No, nothing else at all.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Man, again, yo, thanks, Trey, for coming out. I appreciate you.
All right now.
All right, later.